Have you ever had questions on your personal skincare and what foods to eat? Wanting to learn how important your own personal skincare is, but don't know how or where to begin? Well, on today's show, we're going to have the answers to your questions and take the pressure off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to introduce our special guest on today's show. Help me welcome professional beautician, founder, and owner of Above the Eye, Tawana Coleman.
Hello, everyone.
Don't be shy. Everybody is wanted. They know all about this good stuff about skincare. Well, before we get started, how can people listening contact you?
Well, I can be contacted via telephone, email, or direct message. My contact information is listed on my website at abovetheeyes@gmail.com and on my social media pages at Above the Eye. So you can go on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and just type in Above the Eye and all my information should pop right up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to supply links to all the Tawana's information or her social information and contact so you'll be able to reach out to her for more information about what she does. Well, let's begin. But before we engage in the meat of our conversation, give our listeners some of the training and experience in cosmetology and leadership.
I'm going to talk about my cosmetology experience, but then I will shift it towards healthcare because that's really what I specialize in. I started my career as a cosmetologist back in 2003.
Okay.
Working at my aunt's salon. I knew right then and there that I loved working in the beauty industry.
All right.
I took on multiple jobs within the salon outside of just washing hair because I started as a shampoo girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to take on different tasks like inventory, opening and closing. I started a water ice stand.
Okay.
And started braiding hair and doing shape-ups and so on.
Okay.
Eventually, I did go to hair school, but I didn't finish because I was being pulled towards healthcare.
Okay.
I've been in the healthcare field since 2007 and have
wow.
learned how to utilize my healthcare training towards the beauty industry.
Okay.
I've always been a leader and independent. When I take on tasks and have multiple strong efforts and being effective in both characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
I took leadership and business classes at Community College of Philadelphia.
All right.
Those classes taught me how to have effective communication in different ways to lead people while getting results.
All right.
So my leadership skills I kind of like picked up as time went on,
mm-hmm.
just picking up different tasks and stuff like that around the salon. And then working in the healthcare field, it kind of like chose me, as you would say.
Okay, so in other words, it's like you found that hitch, that spark,
mm-hmm.
that really fed that fire for you to move into the direction that you're doing right now.
Yes.
All right. Well, it sounds like you've been very busy.
Very busy.
You're listening to Let's Cook with Chef Ty. In today's show, we're discussing food and skincare with our special guest, professional beautician, founder and owner of Above the Eye, Tawana Coleman. Well, let's continue. So another question I had in mind is for those of us who hear the words food and skincare, what does that mean to you?
Food and skincare, to me, goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have good skin without good eating habits.
Right.
You have to pay attention to what you're putting in your body because it shows
mm-hmm.
on your skin. It shows through your eyes. It shows on your teeth and all of these things
mm-hmm.
Related to beauty and not just skincare, but beauty.
Right.
So what you eat is definitely important and it plays a big part into your results. Some people come into the shop and they expect professionals to create miracles, and it doesn't work like that.
Come on now, tell the truth.
You have to make it a lifestyle. You have to
Yes.
pay attention, and you have to be dedicated to the whole experience in itself. It's not just a look.
Hello.
So
Well, I have some key things, on the cooking aspect that I did some research on that can actually help you in improving your skincare. They can actually help you. One thing that experts recommend is fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or herring because it has omega-3 in it. And what omega-3 does, it reduces inflammation and keeps the skin moisturized. So by eating that, it's also a good source of high-quality protein, vitamin E, and zinc. So that can really help you in improving your skincare. I have some other ones, but we can talk about those later. So here's another question that I had in mind, Tawana. What's the difference between someone that does makeup / skincare and a professional beautician?
Well, a makeup artist specializes and focuses more on beauty when it concerns makeup and, the everyday makeup look and glam and semi-permanent cosmetics procedures they have out now. And a cosmetologist, they focus on, a number of things. They focus on hair, they focus on makeup, they focus on nails, they focus on skin. So they get the general background knowledge of everything. As far as a makeup artist, they just strictly focus on, the makeup and the beauty of things. They don't really go as in depth as a cosmetologist.
Okay. That's some good information. Well, we welcome your questions and comments, so please email me at radio@thaisoulfood.com. That's radio@tysoulfood.com. That's radio@thaisoulfood.com. Here's a question that most people would like to know. What is your cosmetology specialty and why?
So my cosmetology specialty, I would say, lean more towards makeup. That's where I'm the best at because I'm natural when it comes to that. I give my clients what they're looking for by educating them on how to keep up their look and how to maintain their look and how to get the best results. Again, we're going back to the food aspect of things. People want their makeup to look and sit a certain way. Your skin underneath has to look and sit a certain way. And the only way that's possible is if you're taking care of your skin. And really just making sure you're eating well. Like not a lot of soda, things like that. That's going to make your skin prone to breakouts and things like that. So all of that plays a big factor in it. But I would say makeup.
And you're good at it. Here's another key thing that you can do. You can also improve your skincare is eating avocados because it has a high benefit of fats, and it contains vitamin E and C, which is important for a healthy skin. And also, if you did not know, it also helps prevent sun damage. So avocados is very good for that. Where did you garnish your love for beauty and skincare?
Where did I garnish it?
Or would you fell in love? Your passion came from it.
Just the results I get from my clients, really. No matter how old or how young, just making somebody's day. I mean, you don't know how you feel until, somebody can come into the shop feeling down or, depressed. Us as women, we go through a lot of phases and insecurities and things in our life. And then, they get made up and they just become a whole different person. Their personality comes through. And for me, it's like, job well done. It's not really about the money, even though we need it to survive. It's more about the feeling I get, when I make somebody's day.
So you just light up when you finally get that your client, give them what they want, exceed their expectation.
Yep, it's like a transformation. It's like surgery sometimes.
So you had to put that work in. That's really good. Well, summertime is here. So is it important to eat healthy and take care of your skin while still enjoying your food?
Absolutely. They have so many things out now. So many resources. So many books on juicing and making smoothies and things like that. You can get creative. You can add the things that you like. It's not like somebody's sitting here telling you what you have to eat or drink. You can kind of pick and choose and still get the results that you want. And really it's all about dedication. Like how far are you willing to, go to get the results that you want.
So your client can actually find something that can fit in their everyday life. They actually help them.
Everyday life, yep. In the morning, you could do a smoothie. For lunch, you could do a smoothie, and you can eat salads. You can eat fruit throughout the day. You could lessen your sugar intake. Sugar is bad, even though we all like it.
Yes.
Up your water intake.
Okay.
Because water flushes your system and stuff like that. Yeah, so I mean, you could do it summer, winter, spring, fall.
You just put it in your everyday life.
Dedicated. You just gotta put it in your everyday life.
Well, here's a thing that a lot of people be thinking about. We hear it all the time: healthy eating. In the everyday world, what does that exactly mean for your skincare?
So it means that you have to watch what you put in your body. Again, that's reading labels. Not just going with what you feel like eating, but think about, is this healthy for me? Start to know your body more.
Right.
Again, research and education.
So
like when I go into the market, you have to be more conscious of the labels now. Not, they just dropped a new Dunkin' Donuts cereal and it got a whole bunch of sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you got to pick up the box. You got to read. You got to say, is this a healthy choice for me? Healthy meaning the amount of sugar, the amount of carbs, the amount of fats. And make sure it's something that when you put in your body, you're going to get the best benefit from it and the best outcome.
All right. We welcome your questions and comments, so please email me at radio@thaisoulfood.com. That's radio@TYSOULFOOD.com. That's radio@thaisoulfood.com. Well, speaking of food and skincare, let's talk about your business and what you offer.
Okay, Above the Eye is a beauty spa.
Okay.
It was designed for women in business. We do cater to everyone, but Above the Eye mission was to cater and is to cater to women who dedicate their lives serving their jobs, families, and other obligations. The average businesswoman spends most of their time serving others and short themselves. So when Above the Eye was designed, it was designed to make beauty more accessible and convenient and provide that atmosphere that women in business want to come to.
Okay.
Right now we're under construction. We are shifting our service menu into a new direction while looking for the right location to perform our services. Okay. But we perform full service makeup applications, semi-permanent makeup procedures like micro shading and lip blushing. We do kids spa parties. We do eyelash extensions. We do eyebrow waxing and tinting and stuff like that. And when we reopen in our new location, we will be doing full body waxing and full body contouring and things like that. Okay. So that's basically what we're about and what we do. And that's it.
Well, with your specialties and what you're doing with the what you said, the eyelashes and the makeup and waxing, do you have to go to school for that?
Absolutely.
Have you went to school for that?
Absolutely.
And you have your certifications for all that?
Absolutely. I think it's very, very important. People try to skim over this, to make money and things like that, but the importance of certification is safety. Yes. You want to make sure the person that's performing these services know the pros and the cons and the ins and the out of what they're doing, how to fix problems when they do occur, how to prevent problems, and how to just really know the all-around basic education on how to perform these services and know that everybody is different. Everybody's skin is different. Everybody reacts to things differently. And if you're not certified, how do you know to deal with these problems when they come? Exactly. So it's very, very important just for those aspects of your safety as a client.
And it's also important, too, when you're dealing with a professional, a chef, they're trained to know about food allergies because they are real. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you can actually make someone very sick or even kill them for not knowing what you're doing. So it's important that if you're going to go into a trade, it's okay to go to school and get some education on what you're doing so you can do it in a professional manner to give your clientele the best service they possibly can get. That is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in agreement with you. Education and training is very important. Here's a question that I've been asking all my guests, and I was curious what you had to say.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to start your own business?
Ooh. Well, job security.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in the healthcare field for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very big, major company. And sometimes your hard work and dedication gets overlooked.
Yes.
Those jobs are becoming more of like a social hierarchy, and not really about the work you put in.
Right.
And for me, I had something drastic happen to me, and I had to sit down and ask myself, all this hard work and dedication and long hours of service that I'm putting towards, somebody else's dream or somebody else's vision.
Right.
I could put that and apply it into, my own passions and my own happiness. And, my outcome will be because of my, the work that I put in.
Right.
Not based on, who likes me or
yes.
who thinks that I'm a good candidate. It's going to be strictly about the work.
Right.
And that's what kind of made me lean more towards entrepreneurship. And just the freedom to be creative. It's a number of things. When you work for companies, they give you an outline on how they want you to behave, how they want you to perform, and how to get the results that they want. But when you're an entrepreneur, you can kind of, create these items for yourself, and still, again, I'm going back to happiness,
right? And
live your life the way you want, and still make the money that you want. There's a lot of different ways you can make money out here.
Yes, it is.
You don't have to work a 9 to 5 anymore, especially with this, pandemic and stuff like that. It's forcing all business owners to be creative and to think outside the box.
All right, it's true. You're listening to Let's Cook with Chef Ty, and today's show we're discussing food and skincare with our special guest, professional beautician, founder, and owner of Above the Eye, Tawana Coleman. Here's a question that a lot of people may want to know: is skincare expensive?
Not necessarily. Depending on, I'm gonna say, the season your skin is in. If you're a beginner with less problems, it's not going to be that expensive. But if you have like severe skin issues, I'm going to be real with you. It might be a little, expensive at first starting out because you're going to have to come up with a daily routine and regimen. You're going to have to buy products that are, that are meant for your skin to help your skin get into a better condition. But in hindsight, once you get your skin to a healthy state, depending on, how your skin is, skincare is not expensive.
Okay.
A lot of the things you can do at home on your own, which is something I also encourage. You don't always have to come into a shop or a salon in order to get services. Depending on the type of person you are. Some people like to get pampered. Some people are more self-sufficient. But no, it doesn't have to be expensive. Okay. Can you give out your contact information again for our listeners? Yes. So I could be contacted on abovetheeyes.com. You can email me at abovetheeyes@gmail.com. Okay. All my phone numbers are listed on the website. Okay. And my social medias are at Above the Eye. And that's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And I'm also have all that information listed on my website, so you'll be able to get in contact with Tawana or any beautician questions, or you want to reach out just to get her services. Do yourself a favor and do that, and reach out to her. Here's another question that I have for you. What would you say to the person that would like to start their own small business? I would say before you launch, research. Don't look at nobody else. Don't look at the hype. Do your research and find out everything there is to know about that business that you're trying to start.
Yes.
Sign up for some classes to learn how to run a business, to learn what all running a business requires, licenses, insurances, things like that. You want to make sure that you are protected. You want to make sure that all of your business paperwork is right as far as whether if you want to be a LLC, you want to make sure that your logo is copywritten. You want to make sure that everything you do moving forward is stamped with your name on it before you go ahead and launch the business. You want to do your research. You want to get around business like-minded people.
Yes.
So they can keep you motivated and encouraged and kind of help you along the way. And I would say find a mentor.
Yes.
I would say find 3 mentors, one that's reachable, one that you look up to that's not reachable, and a spiritual one. Because these things are important when it comes to running a business. You can't just say, I want to run a business and tomorrow make a social media post like my business is starting and this is what's going on. Like you have to really, really be dedicated to yourself, and this is your business.
Right.
So don't rush it, and just pretty much take your time.
That's very good advice. And I'm going to offer again, as I did before, that I do have resources out to those who would like to start a small business, free information. So if you would like to have that information, know where to start, where to go, who to reach out to, please email me at radio@thaisoulfood.com. That's radio@tysoulfood.com. And I'll be glad to point you in that right direction. And also, here's a tidbit, which I said before, is the biggest thing that stops people from reaching their goal is the old word fear. Don't let fear get you. Push through it. And just go ahead and do it. Here's another question that I've been asking all my guests. How has this year been for you and your business dealing with this pandemic?
So at first it was kind of rocky in 2020. Everything shut down the first couple of months. And then towards the end of the year, everything kind of like picked back up. I would say that the pandemic has taught me how to be more versatile and flexible when it comes to having a service menu and just having to find a way to service your clients without physically them coming to a location or you going to them. And it was really challenging, but it was necessary. And you seen those businesses who were prepared and you seen those businesses who weren't, which is also a lesson. You look at other companies and businesses and you take on, the things that they do and the things that they didn't do, and you apply it to your own. Right. Like I've seen businesses launch in 2019, and then you'll drive past them, the end of 2020, and they'll be boarded up and shut it down. And then you have to, do your research and figure out, okay, well, why didn't they last? Right. What didn't they have in place? What didn't they implement? Right. And also it taught me how, the government looks out for small business owners. Right. What they give and how they help small businesses to survive when things and stuff like that happen. So it was very different and very informative.
It was challenging, but you learned something about you and about your business during that time. Well, for more information about today's show and Thai Soul Food and Catering, please visit me on my website at www.thaisoulfood.com. That's www.tysoulfood.com. And you're listening to Let's Cook with Chef Ty. In today's show, we're discussing food and skincare with our special guest, professional beautician, founder, and owner of Above the Eye, Tawana Coleman. And we're coming to the end here, and this is the last question that I have for you today. Okay. What is the one thing you would like to leave with us regarding food and skin care and let me say this again. What is one of the things that you would like to leave with us regarding food and skincare, but have by having your own business that most people may not be aware of?
As a client, I would say look up the pros and cons to the services that you want. And do your research on the services and products that you are interested in.
Okay.
A lot of times, clients will come in and they don't have no idea as to, what this service does, but they just want this service.
Okay.
And, that's why I also do consultations. I think it's very, very important to let your clients know what they are receiving and what the products actually does. Make sure regarding cosmetology, again, that the person that you're going to has license and certifications.
Okay.
Ask questions. If they cannot answer your questions, then that's a sign.
That's a key sign.
That I might need to go somewhere else. Or that you really don't know what you're doing. You know how to perform it, but you don't know how to take care of me if something was to happen.
Right.
And that's sometimes what a lot of clients overlook until the problem occurs. And most of these, salon owners and stuff like that, they have people that work for them that are not licensed and certified, and then, now we have an issue. So start paying attention, to things like that, and start paying attention to what you're putting in your body. Know that what you put in shows outwardly. And make sure the companies that you go to are dedicated towards you and servicing you.
Right.
A lot of times people don't think about that. A lot of times I've been in places people don't even greet you properly.
Oh, wow.
You just come in and they like, how can I help you?
Right.
And sit there, we'll be with you in a minute.
Right.
And stuff like that. It's like very impersonal and things like that. So you just want to make sure you pay attention to that and really focus on the energy when you go in places like this, because again, this is your skin, this is your face, this is your body, and you have to take these things seriously.
Well, this is one thing this is just like a sidebar from what we were discussing. It's just something that I wanted to get your take of how I feel about it. Environment and how the person present themselves, and the environment when you come in. How important is it to you to see the environment clean and organized?
To me, it's very important. If your environment is not clean and organized, I'm going to think the service is not going to be clean and organized. First off, we have to look at hygiene. We have to look at just the safety of, you and your client.
Yes.
I've been in places where I went to get my hair done and people have tape on their blow dryers and things like that, but they Gucci down. And I'm like, you gotta put this,
yes,
in your environment, because you're servicing people here, but most business owners and stuff, they get caught up on the money and the looks, and they don't really take the time to put into their environment, and they're awesome at what they do.
Right.
But it's just like, as a client, while I'm sitting in the chair,
right,
I'm looking at the walls, I'm looking at the floors. When you take me to the back to wash my hair, I'm looking at the sink.
Right.
If it's dishes in there,
right,
I'm looking at everything, because it makes a big difference in how I feel. Because somebody can be uncomfortable the whole time while they're in your chair, but they want the service, so they'll deal with it, or they might not. They might come once or twice and be like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm not going to sit uncomfortable for 2 or 3 hours in a chair while I receive a service. I'm not going to lay on the spa bed,
right,
with my eyes closed and relaxed, in this type of environment. And then if the music is not right, or the language is not right, or you're talking over me while you're working on me, like all of these things is business etiquette. When you're working as a cosmetologist or a makeup artist, you have to pay attention to these things. And as a client, know your rights.
Right.
Know that you don't have to be in an atmosphere that you're uncomfortable in, that you're paying your money. You don't have to sit in anywhere that you're uncomfortable in, basically. So I think environment is very big, and it's something that people don't pay attention to, and it goes unnoticed.
That's true. I had a conversation with someone prior when I was trying to educate them about dealing with a professional chef than somebody that you may know to just cook. When you're dealing with a professional chef, you have to look at their environment.
Mm-hmm.
Is the kitchen clean?
Mm-hmm.
Is the appearance clean?
Mm-hmm.
Is the uniform clean?
Mm-hmm.
Is their nails clean? Because
Mm-hmm.
this is all signs of what's been going on behind the scenes in the kitchen. Is the environment is not clean, most likely they are not cooking sufficiently clean,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Even got into the conversation about their vehicle. Is the vehicle got dents in it, or is it dirty and stuff like that? It doesn't present a good image of what the person is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So environment and image is very important when you're dealing with someone professional, because you're paying your money and you want to make sure you're getting what your money is required, because you're paying your money. So that's very important. So it was just something, I wanted to have your take on it also, as another professional, how, when you're giving your clients, you want to try to give them the best experience possible.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, you can't give somebody a mirror to look at their services and a mirror that's smudgy. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
Right.
So it's very important.
Or it's cracked or broken.
Right.
Well, you've been listening to Let's Cook with Chef Ty. In today's show, we've been discussing food and skincare with our special guest, professional beautician, founder, and owner of Above the Eye, Tawana Coleman. Can you give out your contact information one more time?
Yes. Again, I can be reached at abovetheeyes.com. You can email me at abovetheeyes@gmail.com, or you can look up my social media pages at Above the Eye.
And I will make sure I have all that information linked on my website. You can also reach me for more information about the show and Thai Soul Food and Catering. So please visit www.thaisoulfood.com. That's www.tysoulfood.com. And all the information will be posted there about my show and catering, and also today's show. So until next time, I'm Chef Ty, and you've been listening to Let's Cook.